All right, I made a video and shared with you recently about how to find sources for your IA. This video is a short video about how it should look and how to submit it. Um, so your citations, your bibliography. By the way, uh, you often hear works cited page, and that generally refers to a list of sources that you have cited in your paper. You've made a parenthetical note and cited something. A bibliography is a bit more expansive. Bibliography includes all the works you looked at and did research in, including perhaps some that you didn't cite. I prefer a bibliography. So you know that your work should be cited in MLA format. How do you do that? Well, under the assessment folder here, I've got a lot of good useful tools. One is MLA formatting and style guide. So let's look at that. Click on it. All right, so this is the OWL at Purdue, Purdue University. The OWL is an acronym for Online Writing Lab, and it's a very, very good one. It's widely used, and I think it's a great resource. So here's the article on MLA formatting and style guide, and it talks about kind of what you want to get in the citation, the order, some special issues for each one. I would look at this carefully. And by the way, read this little article, and then it does give you all these, in this table of contents, all these options. A book, electronic, periodical, electronic resource, and so on. But if you go to the bottom, something I want you to note about URLs. I skipped right over it. Yeah. As mentioned above, so by the way, MLA is sometimes ambiguous. It's not like math. It's not like the right answer. So look at it carefully and get as close as you can. But about URLs, as mentioned above, while the 8th edition recommends including URLs when you cite online sources, you should always check with your instructor and include URLs at their discretion. I do not want a URL. Let's say I have 60 kids with 6 sources. I'm not going to cut and paste 360 sources. So no URL. I just think it looks messy. There are also additional resources. Let's go back. There is a little article on how to do your in-text citations, your parenthetical citations. People often get that wrong. Look at these rules. It's a short article, and get that right, please. And while we're at it, I've added some non-MLA related information from the OWL about capitalization. You children are horrible. You capitalize things randomly, and you don't capitalize things that should be capitalized. I mean, a really brilliant student who's a Hindu writes a paper about Hinduism, but somehow doesn't realize that Hindu needs to be capitalized. So you need to put a little effort on this. Let's see. So the ABL has a great tool. Hoover High School Library, ABL. Oh yeah, and then search. And let's do college. Let's do EBSCOhost. And let's search about Hitler. Hitler Youth. Let's look at the Hitler Youth. Okay. So here's an article, this first one. Let's say you're going to use this. And this is why, as you source, you should do this. But if you've not done it, you can go back and find your source. Just type the title into EBSCOhost, and I bet you'll find it. Notice over here all these tools. One is Cite. So you click Cite, and boom. You see all these different formats. We want MLA, which, by the way, stands for Modern Language Association. And it gives you this paper with a citation plus a URL. I don't want that. So you would simply take this and cut and paste that into your bibliography. How convenient is that? Let's take a look at, let's go back to the assessment folder. I believe I have a sample IA in here. lot of good stuff here. Here it is. Let's just look at her her bibliography. And she may have called it works cited because that's what MLA says to do. I don't mind that. Yeah, she did. That's okay. So here she's got all nicely done, and that's what you'll turn in, something like that. The only other two things that are very important besides the MLA correctly cited sources are your name, obviously, and secondly, I want you to put at the beginning or the end your actual research question. So I've got about 60 history IAs going on, and I know you and love you, but I can't remember 60 different topics. So it helps me as I evaluate the bibliography, knowing what your topic, or just give me your question, what your question is. I realize the question may change. That's no problem. All right, so where do once I get this done, where do I submit it? Chronologically, since it's due Friday, the December 4th, it's going to be down here, and we'll be back and start at Canada at the end of the week. Here we go. 2020 IA bibliography submission. You've got a canvas bucket there to put it in, and it's due December 4th, this Friday at midnight. And that is how your IA should be formatted and submitted.